I was thinking about the one that's more like all ghetto now or whatever.
Yeah,
Blackstone and
Shields.
Shields, yeah. That's a scary area now.
That's not even the bad one. The Fulton Mall's even worse.
Oh, I don't even. I'm not even gonna drive my truck into Fulton. I don't want to get carjacked. Forget about it.
You know, it's a lot.
There's
nicer.
nothing over there for me.
It's a lot nicer than it used to be.
I know they did a little remake over and all that stuff, but the neighborhoods are still the neighborhoods. The people are still the same people. You can spit shine the sidewalk if you'd like.
I've never shopped there.
Man, I'll tell you what,
there. I've never shopped there.
Even the one over on Blackstone and Shields now, I was like, I went over there to do an estimate, and I tell you, I really was a little concerned about my vehicle being stolen or carjacked while I was there. I kid you not.
No, I bet.
It's a little unpleasant right now.
It's pretty shady over there.
And it was a kind of sad thing. I actually did shed a tear driving over there, thinking, tell you why, is I was just thinking, this is somebody's daughter, right? And I'll tell you what this woman was doing. This woman had nothing to her name, not even a shopping cart, and she had this box that she was just dragging along, full of crap or whatever, whatever her stuff is. And it's like in the middle of a parking lot, there's nobody cares in this neighborhood. She takes out a teddy bear. She uses the teddy bear, throws the teddy bear down on the ground, uses the teddy bear as a pillow, and just goes to sleep. And I'm just thinking that's somebody's daughter right there. She's obviously strung out on something.
Yeah.
That didn't happen overnight. How many women are just going to plop a teddy bear down as a pillow in a parking lot in that neighborhood and just go to sleep? I wouldn't even be comfortable walking across that parking lot. I lock my doors.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It's pretty rough.
So. All right, well, what memories do you have of St. Patrick's Day in your childhood? Also known as like Green Beer Day.
Well, my childhood, I just remember having to wear green and going to school and pinching people that didn't have it. Yeah. Getting socked when they did.
Oh, yes.
And then I go, it doesn't count unless it's showing. So I'm going to sock you back, punk. But yeah, St. Patrick's Day. As an adult, green beer.
I was never much of a beer drinker, but...
Yeah.
But, St. Patrick's Day, I do remember. I will tell a story, I guess. Santa Barbara, California. But no, you know what? I'm not going to tell. This is not my story. If you ever hitchhiked...
No.
Explain why.
Never hitchhiked.
You never did?
No.
So... What do you remember as your favorite time of year and why?
My favorite time of year? When? Anytime? I think winter's my favorite time of year now. I just like it cold.
For the record, though, you grew up in California, so there's not really seasons here.
Right.
It's like short sleeves or long sleeves.
Well, here I'd like...
in winter? Really?
Anything but summer was fine.
Yeah, summer here is very brutal.
Yeah, summer's not fun here.
And you could combine that with some
But when you were young,
allergies.
It didn't really matter. I mean, you didn't care if it was hot. You just went and did what you wanted to do. I mean, you just dealt with the heat. But yeah, not...
So you think winter was your favorite time of year?
I think winter.
And why was that?
I like it cold.
Yeah.
I like snow and all that.
You can always put more clothes on. You can't always take more off.
You can't take...
At some point, it's illegal.
Yeah.
And you're still uncomfortable.
That's right. You can only take off so much clothes. You can put more clothes on.
Yeah. Well, can you describe some household chores you had as a child?
Dishes, laundry, vacuuming, mopping, cleaning toilets, cleaning my sister's room.
Cleaning your sister's room?
Cooking.
They're not here to object to this.
Yeah, I get in trouble for not cleaning their room.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. Then my mom got a housekeeper that just cleaned the girls' room. We had to clean our own room. The boys did.
Okay. This is fairly interesting. I don't know whether I should delve into this or move on.
It'd probably be best to move on.
That might be the best stuff to reveal, though. So we can all argue about this someday.
Though, if there's no one to dispute it, the
Yeah.
girls won't remember. They were too young.
Okay. Well, describe some outside chores.
Outside chores. I mean, like mowing the lawn
Yeah.
and edging and weeding.
So you had an edger as a kid?
Yeah,
Nice. You didn't just turn the weed whacker sideways.
there was no
You
weed
had
whacker.
you had a real edger.
What's a weed whacker? What was that?
Yeah. The straight line trimmer.
No, we didn't have any trimmers.
Okay.
No, that would have made my job way too easy.
I'm sure Bob Coleman did though.
I don't know. He probably did.
He had a radius turning lawnmower.
They didn't have that back then. You know, it's like
Yeah, I guess. It seems like I remember weed whacking as a kid a little bit.
I don't remember doing any weed whacking as a kid. I just remember edging and mowing, and I made that line look good. I took pride in my work, though. You know?
Yeah, you know.
You know, what was pretty sad was the hot chicks, the hot cheerleader chicks that lived across the street had to mow the lawn and did all the yard work. It made me have a new appreciation for those girls. They were smoking hot. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll go mow the lawn.
The timing. Oh, you got a new lawnmower too. Let's talk about that.
So these two girls would do all the yard work and mow the lawn, and my sisters were in there doing whatever. We're going, that's what my kids are gonna do.
Yeah.
And Kayla goes out there on the lawnmower and rides it up there and mows the lawn for me.
So you got a riding lawnmower tractor.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a big lawn.
which chore did you dislike the most, and how did you get out of it, or did you?
I never got out of anything.
Did you ever have a favorite chore?
Yeah, I like doing the mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get out of, or you never got out of your least favorite? Which was your least favorite?
Doing lawn dishes.
Dishes,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I hate doing dishes.
I kind of got over that, but I did too.
I still hate doing dishes. I mean, I'll do it, but if I'm cooking, I ain't doing dishes. That's why I cook.
You got good at cooking.
You know, I'll tell you what, though. It's a lot more work to cook than to do the dishes. But after
Sometimes
me,
it is.
But after me, I make a big mess. So
Yeah. Yeah, Gina does the same thing.
Mom will come behind me. She would clean up behind me all the time when I'd cook. She goes, "You cooking? Shh, I'll clean." She'd just come and clean it. She goes, "You make a big mess, Ben, but your food is good."
Well,
Or she'll give me little lectures as she's cleaning everything up about how I should be more tidy. I go, "Why do I need to be tidy? You're cleaning it up."
she's enabling you as we speak.
Yeah, but she got to eat dinner.
Yeah.
It's a
Hey.
trade-off.
What bones have you broken? And if you've broken any bones, how did you break them?
Broke my left elbow. I got bucked off a horse because I let Danny put the tackle on.
What was the age on that?
I was going in the freshman year, 13?
Okay.
That sound about right? No.
Your left elbow
14.
at 13 about?
14. It was that summer before my freshman year. So
You
was that
mentioned
14?
Danny. You lived with Danny too, didn't you, for a little while?
Hawkins?
different- not
No.
Hawkins,
No, Danny,
Danny,
Fisher?
Fisher.
No, I never lived with Danny. I don't think. No, we've stayed
No.
at each other's houses a lot, but we never.
You guys just hung out.
Yeah,
Did you ever need stitches, or were there any other broken bones?
no. I think the elbow's the only thing I ever. No, I don't think I broke anything else.
No. What about stitches?
Stitches? Yeah, I got stitches. I got stitches in the back of my head from getting pushed off my green machine that was getting stolen. Remember those green machines? Those 4-wheel drive ones?
You got the hand crank things to
Yeah.
turn.
So I had to get stitches.
So you
for
got
that.
green machine jacked
Yep.
in
At the
Fresno?
apartment complex. No, I was in Anaheim.
Oh, okay. I can
That's
see that.
that was when Gina was just barely born or about to be born.
You know, Anaheim's gotten a little worse.
Maybe it's been a
Some
long
areas,
time.
but-
It's been a long time.
It's a big city, I guess.
That was probably what 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm old.
Yeah, Gina was just turned 40, so that would be, right
She was
around.
barely born or just she was still.
She was
pregnant.
born in Anaheim, so
Dude, it was 40 years ago, and it was in Anaheim. So we were in the apartment. I remember. It's weird what you remember when you're little. I remember little bits and pieces of
so
stuff.
somebody just jacked your green
Yeah,
machine,
some kid
threw you
took-
off of it.
Yeah.
You ended up with stitches.
Yeah, I went to grab him, and he pushed me off the back, and there was a tree that was cut like at a weird angle, a branch, and I hit that at the back of my head, and it went right into my skull.
Man, they're lucky your dad wasn't there. He'd have friggin' killed him.
Yeah, but I got my, I got me some stitches. What else? I got a few stitches. I had
Back then,
stitches
you're probably
right
thinking, I'm
here.
gonna get a popsicle for this.
I think I got stitches on my chin. 'Cause I slipped and hit my chin on the edge of the swimming pool.
Oh, that sounds brutal.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I remember those old. You remember those old metal baskets at the end of the pool that were metal? They had their little circles in them.
Oh, man.
I walked
Making
on,
me wince.
I walked and my foot slammed in it, and then it looked like fish scales on my bottom of my foot.
Stop, you're
I was
killing me.
all bleeding. I was like, ow! It was
I hate that
crazy.
stuff,
Yeah,
man.
it looked like a fish scales. It was nuts. All right, what's the next one?
Do you have any other good stories about being injured? Well, we kind of answered that. Well, everybody gets a little bit sick as a kid. Is there a childhood illness that ever stood out to you?
You know what? I'd never get the flu. But
Never
when I
did?
get the flu, I was sick for like 2 weeks. I mean,
Whoa.
horrific sick. I would get 6, 7 years between flus.
Wow.
But when I got sick, I was deathly sick.
So your parents thought you were sick though because you were warming up the thermometer.
No, I was sick as sick can be, man. I was throwing up for like, I had a fever for a week and a half. I mean, it was a 2-week thing. It was horrific.
Wow.
And it was like every, what was it, like 5 or 6 years or something, like clockwork, man. It's like sick, but I hardly got cold or nothing. But I was really physically good shape in
Yeah.
high school. I mean, I was
Super strong immune system.
Yeah, I mean, I was really. It was crazy.
You ate a lot of fruits and vegetables back then?
Oh yeah.
A lot of locally grown
Oh
produce?
yeah.
Probably contributed to that. So, what about an experience at the doctor's or dentist's office?
The dentist office. Well, I was at Clovis Lakes and split this thing in half, and so they put a cap on
Yeah,
it.
you were pretty young when you got a first cap.
Yeah, that's the only. I don't have no cavities, no nothing. That's the only thing that I have. My dentist is like going, you have no cavities. You have nothing. But I have a cavity now because my tooth is cracked from chomping.
Oh, really?
And they said you probably had it for a while, but yeah, you got a tiny cavity in there.
By chomping, you mean clenching? Or?
Clenching,
Okay.
yeah, it's all built up here from the bone reinforcing itself and clenching and chomping. That's why my canines are all cracked off. Knowing's half the battle, huh?
Well, we kind of talked a lot about school and stuff, so we should probably name some of your best school friends.
My best school friends: Lance Edwards, Chris Knutson or Olson, and who else was? Well, Tara was my friend, but she's in a different school. My girlfriend, but Jenny Cagle. Yeah, I have tons of friends.
Yeah.
But my good friends, Lance Edwards and Chris and
Like the three amigos there.
yeah, we were like, me and Chris were tight, and everybody else was kind of, wanted to hang out with us.
So on the nickname thing, we kind of touched on that before, but as far as like those friends, do you have a nickname with them? Like,
Chris was Turtle, Lance was Snake, I was Killer, and there was another kid, we called him Aki, I can't remember.
so how did you get the nickname, and how did you feel about that?
Killer, they called me Killer because I always got the killer women.
And how did you feel about that? A little
I
prideful?
felt great. I said it was accurate. It's a killer. You got to kill the women. I don't know why you got Curl. I can't remember. But yeah.
What were some crazy names or nicknames in your school besides you?
Oh, I don't know. I think Aki was the weirdest one, or Snake.
So Aki was that guy from New Zealand or something?
No. His name was Everett. Yeah, jeez. That guy wasn't very bright. His parents were really rich, and he was very stupid. He was a good guy to hang around with, but he just did some really dumb stuff.
Yeah.
He just like, did you just do that? This common sense is just not there.
Hmm.
But he was a decent guy. We had fun. We hung out.
Hmm. Do you have any good April Fool's Day stories? You know, your brother was right there on March 31st.
Kenny was almost a joke. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got any good April Fool's ones? Pranks, anything?
I don't know if I can remember.
You know,
I think I told
think
him
I remember a whole lot of mine either.
It's hard to remember those.
I'm sure they happened.
No, they happened. I've done things. I just can't remember what they were. They're so long ago. I think the only thing I can really think of is like saying that someone got pregnant or something. And they're like, what?
I called up a veterinarian's office and I talked to them and told them, you know, I heard about this restless leg syndrome for people and they're just bouncing their legs and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about. You know, sometimes it could be like even a symptom of deep vein thrombosis even, you know, just trying to bounce that leg around all the time, restless leg syndrome. And so I'm pretty sure that my dog actually has restless tail syndrome. Every time I come home, tail wagging like crazy, and the dog's going crazy, and the tail won't stop. I'm sure my dog has restless tail syndrome, so I was thinking maybe I should bring it in. And the lady on the other end of the line, she just doesn't know what to think of me. Because you know my dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
So I was just dead calm and serious, and so she checked with the vet about it. So I don't think it's a problem, you know. I'm like, no, really it is.
No, he does it. He's doing it right now.
I'm consistently seeing this happen all the time, you know.
That's pretty funny.
So yeah, I got him pretty good.
You know, April Fools. We used to call people and do. You know, you ever call pranks where you could hang up because they can't start 69 yet?
Oh yeah. Oh, your refrigerator running away. You better
Is
go get it.
Is your refrigerator running? Yes, it is. You better go catch it then. Is there a John in the house? No. What'd you do? Crap out the window?
Yeah. So can you tell about a practical joke or a prank you played on someone?
I just did.
Or someone played on you? Anybody ever play a good one on you?
Not that I can remember. I was too quick. You know, I just.
You see that stuff coming a mile away. You can't snow the snowman. Yeah. Did you ever make a kite?
Yes.
And so how did you make it? And tell us about your kite flying experiences.
David helped me make it.
Yeah, Uncle David?
Uh-huh. We got these, we went to this hobby store, got these huge sticks. This kite was 6 foot tall.
Really?
Yeah, and about 4 feet wide. It was gigantic.
How old were you at that time? Just guess.
8 or 9, I'm
Oh,
guessing.
okay, so you're young, under 10.
Yeah. And we had this really heavy line for it. And we had this huge long tail. We tied it together. So you made it out of newspaper.
Like handmade.
Yeah, we had made the whole thing.
Wow,
we
that's like a full-on crafts project.
We made the T and tied it, the cross, and then we put the string on the outside, and took the paper and hodgepodged it and folded it over and glued it in and just reinforced it.
So it was really it
was like a Benjamin Franklin
like
kite.
a pinata type of construction.
It was
super kite.
Dude, this kite lifted me off the ground.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you could be out like kite surfing.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was gigantic.
You know, your Uncle David seems like he would be a really really smart guy and very crafty.
Oh,
I bet he was a really good dad as a young man. You know, I know he's a good dad now.
No,
but I
not
mean,
that
as
David.
David Kane.
David Fisher.
Oh, David Fisher.
Yeah, he can make speakers out of nothing. He make his own magnets.
Really?
Oh yeah, that guy is smart as smart can be.
Wow.
When he was all there, oh, it's crazy. Him now is not even a glimpse of the man he used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing the stuff that he came out with an engine that ran on water.
Wow.
And I always try to get the plans from him. Now he doesn't remember what I'm talking about, but he used to talk about it all the time when I was little.
So David Fisher.
Fisher, oh yeah.
Right. He's got schizophrenia now, right?
Yeah,
Something
he used
like
to
that.
there's a place called Sparky's in Fresno. I don't know if it's still there, but it was you could buy tiny motors and stuff. He made pontoon boats that would go in the pool like at 60 miles an hour with big old fans and stuff. It looked like a big old pontoon boat. That thing was.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
How cool is that?
He'd buy balsa wood and cut it all up and make boats and they weren't radio control because we didn't have the radios for it, but he'd make boats and with propellers and everything, and he'd make these long things out of hangers and for the drive. And that thing would zip across that thing. It looked like a nice little wooden boat.
So he was like a regular MacGyver.
Oh man, this guy's crazy at the stuff that he can do. I mean, he'd make magnets. Oh, you want to see? You can make a magnet.
Like Da Vinci stuff.
He'd take just a piece of paper, make a cone out of it, and put a needle through it, and show you that it turn on the record player and put it on the record player, and you can hear the music coming out of the little speaker that he made.
How cool is that?
Yeah, he showed me all kinds of crazy stuff. He'd solder all kinds of stuff. He had the soldering iron going constantly. He used to make all kinds of stuff.
Just tinkering. Huh?
Yeah, you remember the pizzas used to come in the styrofoam and they had those little bubbles, little domes in it. He'd take those and make the speaker. What you call it?
The cone?
The cone, yeah. Little dome on the cone.
Huh.
He made all kinds of stuff. He'd make
I
this.
know that.
He'd get this felt and he'd make speakers. He made a speaker like it was this big around from scratch.
Huh.
He's like, this is how you make a magnet.
Just wound up the manual way, huh?
Yeah, he'd show you how to make an engine or a motor out of
Alternator.
all kinds of stuff, man.
Huh.
Crazy.
How cool.
Crazy.
I did not know that about him.
He was a very, very smart. It was the first time I smoked weed too. Was with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I never felt anything, but yeah, that was when weed was, dirt weed.
Yeah.
He's a pretty amazing guy.
Well, so he made the kite with you.
Yeah, he helped me build a kite, and then I don't know what we used. It wasn't regular kite string. It was heavy duty stuff. And he goes, "This will lift you off the ground." And he wasn't kidding. It lifted me off the ground.
Wow. That is amazing. I did not know that he had all that creativity. And
His
ingenuity.
knowledge is just unbelievable.
Just sort of MacGyver.
But now it's just he's all twitchy and he just can't access all that stuff anymore.
There's too many things going on in his brain.
Yeah, but before he got screwed up, he was really, I don't know if he was on some sort of drugs and messed him up or what the heck it was, but he did something.
Well,
He was a great uncle to have around when he was living there. The girls don't remember that stuff because they were tiny. Plus, we were guys, so we did guy things,
Yeah.
But yeah, he'd get styrofoam and form the thing and just make this, and then had a big old fan and he made this cage so you wouldn't hurt your fingers. And then they had a little switch with a 9-volt battery hooked up to the motor with a big old fan. You see this? It looked like just a little.
Shot out.
It looked like one of those fan boats, a swamp boat. Yeah, that thing was just shooting across that pool like it was crazy.
That's fun.
It was so much fun. And then those little spinners that go up in the air.
Oh yeah.
Well, we went to the hobby store and got propellers and sticks and stuff. And we used to make those.
Yeah.
The people were selling them like, I don't know, it was like 5 or 6 years later. I seen them at the store. I go, well, I used to make those when we were kids.
Yeah.
Little helicopter thingies.
How cool. I'm going to stop the video real quick and then restart it for the next question.
Okay. Were we doing this